Is anybody else just really sick of Republicans and Donald Trump trying to blame Joe Biden and the Democrats for what's happening at the border? I mean, seriously, Democrats throughout Biden's entire presidency have tried to address the border in some capacity. We've recognized that there's been an issue there for decades now, and we tried to get something done. Republicans blocked Biden every single step of the way. And now, when there's problems at the border, they want to blame him. They should be blaming themselves. This is the thing with every single issue, though, whether it's immigration or something else. The Republicans always want to put it on Joe Biden and the Democrats. They will never take responsibility. And look, I think a lot of Americans, both Democrats, Republicans, independents, are sick of it. We are sick of the Republicans trying to place this border problem on Joe Biden solely. They act as if the border became bad as soon as Joe Biden got into office. But I think this was perfectly summarized today by Joe Scarborough on Morning Joe on MSNBC this morning, where he talked about the media not talking about the fact that it's actually Donald Trump and the Republicans who are responsible for nothing getting done on the border and for the problem persisting at the border. This is one of the best clips I've seen. Take a look at it.
I would carry this around because see this onslaught headline? The only thing the Post didn't tell you is Donald Trump said, blame me for this. Donald Trump said, kill the bill and blame me for everything that happens after this point. Donald Trump said, blame me. So, yes, Donald, we are blaming you. We're blaming Mini-Me Mike Johnson for following your orders. We're blaming Republicans who begged for a tough border bill, but like the Wall Street Journal editorial page said, couldn't take yes for an answer. So, yes, there is an onslaught in the southern border still. And it's all Donald Trump's fault. You know who says that? Donald Trump. Donald Trump says blame him for this.
Yeah, that was perfectly said, and I agree. I think that Democrats around the country should carry cards with Donald Trump's quote on the card, saying, yeah, the bill is dead, we killed it, please blame me. He said, please blame me for a bill dying that would have invested more in Border Patrol, technology at the border to detect fentanyl coming in. It would have invested more in immigration courts to address asylum claims and more. But no, the Republicans killed the bill. And now they're still going around trying to blame Biden somehow for the immigration problem. They're making things up. They're living in fantasy land where unicorns are flying around their heads. And again, I just want to remind everybody of some simple facts. Not only did Joe Biden and the Senate Democrats and Senate Republicans work on an immigration bill, one that's been labeled the strictest immigration bill in decades, but also Joe Biden introduced an immigration bill on day one of his presidency. Day one, called the U.S. Citizenships Act of 2021, that did many of the reforms that we're talking about right now. And also, as a fun reminder, for all of the Republicans out there, Joe Biden has removed a higher percentage of people than Donald Trump did. So who's really strict on the border? Who's really trying to keep it secure? And also, it's worth remembering the fact that Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House currently, although Marjorie Taylor Greene is trying to get rid of him, also said that Joe Biden's plan to give Border Patrol $14 billion more in funding so they can take care of the problem at the border, he said that it wouldn't help, that they didn't need it. Take a look at that clip here.
Yeah, I'm sure the people in the Border Patrol agents that you're with think it might do something, at least in terms of making their job a little easier for the next month or so.
No, actually they don't.
They don't want the $14 billion?
No.
So I think all of us really know who to blame here. It's Donald Trump and the Republicans who continue to kill common sense immigration reform. And look, I think that this is something that voters should really consider at the ballot box in 2024, right? Joe Biden and the Democrats on day one of his presidency sent an immigration bill to Congress. They've been trying to work on this issue for almost 4 years, and Republicans have stopped them every step of the way. Now they're trying to run on the issue in 2024. There's a bill to solve it. Republicans have said that, Democrats have said that, independents have said that, and Republicans will not pass the bill for political reasons. They know that there's an issue that can be addressed, and they're not addressing it just so they can win an election. That's not what we do in the United States. I vote for people who will actually solve problems. They won't look at the politics of the matter. They actually do what's right for the country. I don't vote for people who rather play politics over policy. Americans deserve a president and a Congress who actually want to address issues, whether it's an election year or not. We don't deserve the MAGA Republicans who only think about themselves, they only think about their extremism, and they only think about what furthers their conspiracy theories and political careers. So I think it's clear to me and a lot of people that Donald Trump and the Republicans are to blame for what's happening at the border. If we recognize that there's a solution and they're refusing to work with Democrats and Joe Biden on that solution, then it's their fault and they gotta own it. So folks, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe. If you haven't already, follow on all the other social media platforms, and we got this. We got to keep working, put in the work, and make sure that Joe Biden gets reelected in 2024 because our democracy and our country depends on it.